a priest in St. Stanislaus Parish in Wardsville, Missouri. His name's Father Ignacio Medina. He had a secret bank account. And what he was doing was donors would donate money to the parish, accumulated $358,000 in his secret bank account. And when it was time for him to move to another parish, because they move these guys around sometimes for perfectly legitimate reasons, he drained his bank account and by wire transferring his sister $100,000 of the dollars that he had in his secret bank account, and then he writes a second check to himself for the amount of $200-something thousand for him to take with him to open up a new bank account in his new city. Okay, he was confronted. The parish figured out this was going on, and his defense to the parish was, no. The church donors donated this money because they wanted to support me personally. I was their guy. I was their pastor. I led their flock. This wasn't just meant for the parish to kind of pay the light bill. This was meant for me to kind of live and thrive and survive. Now, of course, that's not how the priesthood works, but that was his defense. Around this same time, he had a secondary issue. There's a really hot woman in this parish. She was a bombshell. Saturday afternoon.
Did you see a picture? Do you know she was a bombshell?
I know in my heart she was a bombshell. Smoke show.
Okay.
Saturday afternoon, 4 p.m. She goes into the confessional to confess her sins, because that's when that happens, right? Before the 5 p.m. Mass on Saturdays. Some people go to Mass on Sunday mornings. Catholics, some of them go on Saturday evenings. So they just can't wait to get it over with. Mm-hmm. He comes on to her and solicits her for sex during her confession.
That's not going to have any repercussions at all. That's not creepy at all.
So these two things come to light. That's the straw that breaks the camel's back with the church, right? I mean, they retired him from the priesthood. They said, "You are done being a priest, Father Medina. You know, beyond this money that you stole, you can't come on to chicks in the confessional and solicit sex, no matter how good looking they are, no matter how much of a smoke show she was." And this girl was a smoke show.
Downward departure, though. Your Honor.
Right.
Look at the photo.
So they contact the FBI, the parish, because they've learned their lesson, the church, about covering shit up.
Why FBI?
Wire transfer of the money to the sister was interstate, because instead of charging him with fraud, he charged him with interstate transportation of stolen property.
Okay.
For the money that he wire transferred to the sister, which was only $100,000 of the, alleged embezzlement of $358,000, which is kind of difficult to prove because it really does exist in a gray area. Because the parishioners know when they donate money in that basket, every Sunday, that some of this money is going to the care and feeding of their priest.
Right.
Right. And so the plea deal, because he pled guilty, was for the ITSP, the Interstate Transportation of Stolen Property, for this money that he stole. Now, you're smart enough to know that the attempting to have sex with a parishioner in the confessional is a bit of a red herring, because while that violates canon law, it doesn't really violate federal law.
Right.
But given the totality of this story, what kind of sentence are you giving Father Medina?
12 months.
12 months is your guess?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Answer?
Yeah.
3 months.
3 months.
And a $7,500 fine.
It's nothing.
And he can't hear confessions ever again.